just a little food for thought for the day. Buying horses is a lot like buying cars. So recently I went out and bought a new car, and as you can imagine, I paid a lot of money for it. Now, the reason why I went and paid a lot of money for a new car is I don't have the time or the expertise to deal with a car that's going to give me problems. And horses are the same. If you're a beginner rider, if you're just starting out in the horse game, if you're returning to the horse game and you go out and buy a cheap horse, quite often it is like buying a cheap car. Quite often that horse needs work, or you are going to need a lot of help. And in both cases, that is going to cost you money, and it is unfair of you to expect that to be any other way. So you know what? If you're going to be a horse rider, if you're going to have a horse, you need to be realistic about your ability, and you need to be realistic about how much time and money you want to put into that new horse. So if you're a beginner rider, if you're a really busy person, if you just don't have the time and the expertise to put into a horse that is greener or is inexperienced or hasn't been trained, and therefore the price will represent that. Like, the less work they have, the less they know, generally the cheaper they are. You should be realistic about this and go, well, you know what? Am I better off to go out and spend some extra money up front? Am I better off to wait a little bit longer until I have that extra money to spend up front, so that the horse I get is going to be exactly what I need and I'm not going to get stuck? And a lot of people, they will leave the industry because they get heartbroken by a bad horse. So guys, just think about what you're buying when you go out and buy a new horse, and be honest and realistic about where you're at.